This episode of Ars Cryptotica is brought to you by Uptick Project, the NFT world in your hand. Uptick is a decentralized mobile app built on top of the Uptick protocol. Manage your NFT-based digital assets with a focus on entertainment, sports, and the creative industry. Whatever your need for NFTs, Uptick has you covered.
Okay. On three. 1, 2, 3, go.
All right, welcome back to Ars Cryptotica, episode 23. I've got Johnny, aka the Spilt Ink, back with us this time. Johnny, thanks for coming on. How are you doing?
Hey, John. Hello. Thank you very much for having me back here. Hello, everybody. I hope everyone had a very safe and happy holiday season.
It was good over here. I saw on Facebook you did some murals. There's like a tango mural. Can you tell us about that?
Oh, yes. An artist's job is never done. Yes, I finished one mural for this company a couple of months ago. They liked the work and they wanted me to do another mural on another side of their studio. And yeah, it was pretty exciting. It was a one-day job. And the mural's pretty big. It was about maybe 3.5 meters by 4 meters. And it was an image of a very famous tango musician and a very famous tango, I guess, dance studio or something, some kind of a place in Argentina, which is like really well established as like the home of tango, I guess. I don't know too much about tango. I just know how to paint it very well.
Yeah. So that was a tag team, yeah. Right? It was you and another guy. There were two artists doing that?
Yeah, we only had one day I only had one day to do it, so I needed an assistant. So I contacted my really good friend, an absolutely fantastic artist, Adam 3. And he helped me with the project. And I got to say, that guy knows his stuff. When I said paint there, it was finished by the time I said there.
Wow, that's awesome. Cool. Okay, so what else? You wanted to get into NFTs?
Oh my God, I love NFTs, man. Dude, NFTs are so awesome right now, man. The skill, the quality of NFTs has dramatically increased. Every time I check out any site, it's just like every couple of weeks, I'm just like, oh, this is new. Oh, this is fresh. Oh, this is cool. It's so inspiring. Yes, let's definitely talk about NFTs.
Okay, so let's go over Henry, Art4Anarchists' latest stuff. I just got his Twitter up here. And yeah, it's getting better and better all the time. There's this project here called Vox Incognito #3. And what else was I looking at? I think he's going to put them on Known Origin. Have you checked out Known Origin for NFTs recently?
No, I haven't, no? But I have seen some of his new stuff on Twitter, and is absolutely spectacular. He's got some amazing stuff up there. Very colorful, very creative, very dynamic. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was looking at that, and I think Known Origin, it's a pretty good platform. But he has some stuff. I've tried to get some tabs set up here, so it's kind of hard to drive with the screen share. But this is Object. I think this is a different platform using Unked Ink, or I don't know how to pronounce it. But anyway, this website's called Object, and the image behind me is here. It's got some cool stuff there. Yeah, so it's a little clunky, but it's all right.
So as you're pulling this up, Object, objkt.com, this is a new site which hosts NFTs.
Yeah. So it uses the Tezos blockchain. Tezos, it doesn't use Ethereum, it uses Tezos. So these are actually pretty cheap. Like this one here was, I think, 11 or 12 Tezos. It was about $40 for a 1-of-1. It's pretty cheap stuff. I don't know why it's a bargain, I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Extremely underpriced. His work is spectacular. If I log on to this site, can I buy an NFT just using my credit card, or do I have to buy this cryptocurrency in order to buy one of his NFTs?
Yeah, that's where it gets clunky. So which one did I get? I picked up this one first. And the price was right. I love the NFT, and it was super cheap, so I wanted to get it. But it's not easy. You have to set up like a special wallet on a desktop computer, not your phone. And then, you're writing down your 12 or 24 words again. And then once you got that, then you have to get the Tezos coin. So I had to go over to Binance and sell some stuff at a loss, and then get the Tezos, then send the Tezos to this site. But this site calls the currency TEZ or something, but TEZ doesn't exist on Binance. It's only like TXZ or something, a different way of spelling Tezos. So it's really confusing. Anyway, after a couple hours of stressing and trying to figure it out, I could finally get it, but it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. And then, yeah, there's other problems with it too. But I'm happy with the NFT.
That's cool. Hey, you know what is easy?
Mhm.
Uptick. Uptick is super easy. I love Uptick.
Yeah. Hey, did you see the last?
Sponsor me.
Did you see the last episode with the website? This website's coming out soon, maybe the 15th. This is the new Uptick website.
Really?
Yeah. And there's some
cool
I
can't
features.
wait.
So like you can check on your computer, but if you don't have a separate wallet for your desktop, then you can where is it here? You can use this QR code. So you're looking on your computer, like the big screen, and then you can use your phone to buy it using the QR code, like it links up. Does that make sense? So there's two ways to
make sense.
Yeah. No, I don't think anyone else does that. I don't know why.
I've never seen that before for anything. I think you should be able to use that for everything, including eBay, Amazon, or whatnot. I mean, that's so cool. You see something, you want to buy it, but you don't have any currency on your computer, and you want to you don't want to move it over from your phone to your computer. You just pull out your phone, hit the QR code, and bam!
Yeah, it's quick.
You got that NFT.
It's like 2 seconds. Brian can just, I think it's pretty good. So some people will only want to do the website. I think some people will only want to do the phone. Some people will do both. You can sync the wallet. You'll have to set up a Kepler wallet. That's the Cosmos based one. So anyway, that's pretty exciting. That's cool. I'm looking forward to that coming out. What else is going on?
Very cool.
Here's some of Henry's stuff on Known Origin that I mentioned. It's not so clunky. It's pretty good. There's a few things on there. And what else? I was going to show you this. This is an artist called Blockmuse, and he's deep into the metaverse, and he's got this like tree of, I don't know what this is called, some sort of list of links. Have you checked out the metaverse before?
The metaverse, I know of the metaverse, but I have not checked it out. Tell me about the metaverse.
Yeah, let's dive in. So he's got this one here called the Block Museum, and his name is Block. So yeah, we'll click on that. Let's get into the metaverse. I don't know all the details, but I don't know if he partly created this or maybe he's heavily invested. I don't know, but it works well. Usually it loads a little bit quicker than this. Here we go, initializing. So I guess it works best with virtual reality goggles, Oculus or something like that. But you can join as a guest or log in. I've been in here before. They had like a charity event where all these people came in virtually, and there was an auction.
Is that your avatar?
It's my avatar, man. So I can walk around here, click and move around, or I can use the numbers on the arrow keys on the keyboard. And then this is a museum, so I can get it. This is Henry's, one of his murals, and you can get in here, and it's pretty cool. You can meet other people and chat with them. So this is his museum, all these different NFTs inside here, where he like showcases artists that he has purchased from.
Wow, yeah. That is unbelievable.
It's pretty epic, yeah. So there's your introduction to the metaverse. Yeah, I think it has a long way to go, but I mean the metaverse, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, I think once G5 becomes like the standard, I mean, it's going to be so much better within 6 months or about a year from that,
Yeah. And what else? It's not news, but I was messing around on OpenSea. Not what I do too often, but where did I start?
Oh, look at here. Yeah, slip mats.
Do you know this? It's like, I was listening to it. I think we can check it out.
Well, those right there are slip mats, virtual slip mats. And a slip mat is basically like a little mat that you put a record on for a turntable. Okay.
But people are paying like $6,000 for this song or for this moving image?
I think a combination of the both, but I think that's super dope. You get also an NFT, and you also get a beat.
But dude, that's some serious coin. I don't, it can't be that hard to make this, right?
Hold on. Here, I'm going to turn up a little bit.
It's pretty minimalistic.
What if it's Morse code? It's like a message.
It must be. It must be for that kind of money.
I must kill the phonies. I must kill the phonies. A little Catcher in the Rye reference for you.
But like, what's the concept here? They think they can flip this for 5 ETH in a few months or something, or because I'm listening to it now, right? Anyone can listen to it. I don't technically own it. Interesting.
Wait, well, is this beat just a sample from like a full track, or is this like the real deal? This is exactly what you get when you buy it.
I think it's exactly what you get when you buy it.
Holy shit. Oh, pardon my French, sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. Here's another one, you know? I haven't heard of this guy, but he's on OpenSea. I thought it was interesting. Just wanted to see what's hot. There's, you know, a lot of talk about the apes and whatnot. Hey, one of your news articles was the apes were stolen.
Yeah, if you want to get into the news, we can. I've been researching NFTs pretty much on a daily basis at this point, and yeah, there's one article that just came out that is pretty hardcore, man. This is like a super heist.
Okay, I'm gonna try to pull it up on my computer too.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, basically what I did was I picked 4 of like the hottest stories from this week, and I picked them out and they're in chronological order. So this article here that we're going to read first just came out, and then the one following came out yesterday, and so on. And yeah, I think all of these articles are pretty interesting, and I think that your listeners are going to find them fascinating. If I find them interesting, they're going to find them fascinating.
For sure.
I should probably not drink while we do this show, right? But it's so late, I have to.
Yeah, I wish I could join you. I'm trying to detox after the winter vacation.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna detox when I die.
Okay, so what do we have here? GameStop's getting into NFTs?
Yeah. Do you want me to read this article, or do you want to read the article? We've got 4 of them, so pretty much you can read 2 and I read 2. We can just break them down in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with reading, but I think the listeners can basically pick up from just the headline and like a few details. Do you want to read the whole thing? I'll read it.
Yeah, definitely.
Here we go. All right, I'll read the first one. GameStop shares surge on report it will create NFT marketplace. So GameStop shares rose more than 22% in extended trading Thursday after the Wall Street Journal reported that retailer plans to create a marketplace for non-fungible tokens called NFTs. GameStop also plans to establish cryptocurrency partnerships to create games and items for the marketplace, according to the report, which cited people familiar with the matter. The report suggests that GameStop, which has been at the center of a retail trader frenzy, will expand into one of the most hyped sectors in technology. OpenSea, the best-known NFT marketplace, was recently valued at $13.3 billion by investors. NFTs are a kind of technology that allows proof of ownership of digital goods to be stored on a blockchain, often Ethereum. NFT prices have risen in recent months, driven by enthusiasm from cryptocurrency holders about the potential for the technology. GameStop's marketplace will focus on virtual video game goods, such as character outfits and weapons, according to the report. GameStop didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. At its closing price on Thursday, GameStop stock is down over 59% from its peak in January 2021. Yeah, that's interesting. Kind of surprised they're getting into the scene, you know?
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised that GameStop is still relevant. I mean, when I lived in the States so long ago, GameStop sold and traded and even rented like Nintendo games and Genesis games. I mean, yeah, I thought everybody didn't really go there anymore. I mean, who goes to GameStop?
I don't know. There's like so many questions there. Do people even go to shopping malls? And then if they do, like, what are they? I don't know.
Yeah,
Do they have a They have a website or something? People are
Must
downloading?
have a website. I don't know, but I mean, is GameStop even relevant? I mean, who knew of GameStop? And I'm really surprised that GameStop actually has stock. I mean, when did they go public? That's crazy. Their
Yeah.
stock went down. Oh my God, I got to sell my GameStop stock.
Actually, I think it was a pretty big topic in the news. I can't remember when, maybe a year or so ago, there was this like GameStop short squeeze. And then, I can't remember the details. There's a group of like millennial traders that could see that all the big hedge funds, big companies were shorting it. So somehow these like small time investors pulled a short squeeze, and I can't remember exactly how that works right now. But anyway, the stock price went up like 10x. With people like made tons of money off of it. So I think that's why it's come down so much. There's no reason for it to go up, but just through strategic trading, they were able to get the price to go up.
Well, that's pretty interesting. Well, I guess it's going to go up now. I mean, if they're going to develop like a platform, right, for NFTs? Like
yeah,
kind of
but
like
I
a
think
new
focusing on the game items. So when you're in some sort of video game, you want the sword or the gun. I don't play video games, but apparently you can like buy more powerful guns or better swords in NFT form and then use them in the video game. So I think they're focusing on that aspect. Maybe not the art or the collectibles, but more like items to use in games.
You know what I think would be cool? If GameStop somehow got in cahoots with Grand Theft Auto, right?
Mhm.
And somehow basically in Grand Theft Auto, one of the missions, or maybe all the missions, are basically are not about money, but they're about NFTs. I.e., like, let's say you're a guy, like you're the guy in this game, and you got to rob a bank or something, right? You go into the bank and you rob the bank, and then when you pull out not cash or gold or platinum or anything like that, you pull out NFTs. And maybe that's like the currency that's being used in the futuristic world of Grand Theft Auto.
Nice. I think
Wouldn't
it's a
that be kind of
solid
cool?
idea. Yeah, totally. Totally.
I mean, kind of a reality right now because our next article is about an NFT heist. So, yeah, why not? And Grand Theft Auto is all about heists.
You
God,
play
I
a lot
love
of
that game.
games? Yeah.
God, I used to. Oh God, I've got such an addictive personality, man. When I was younger, I would play video games all the time. I mean, when you and I worked together, I almost got fired for calling in sick because I was playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Oh my God, I'd wake up in the morning, I play the game for about an hour, then I'm just like, I'm gonna stay home. So I call in, I'm like, hey, yeah, this is Johnny. Not feeling too good right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay home. Yeah. I'll go to the doctor maybe tomorrow. Yeah, I'll probably feel better though. All right, bye-bye. Boom, dude. I was playing games all day long, man. Oh, it was the best.
Those were the
But
days. No COVID
huh?
tests, right? Those were the days. No COVID tests. You don't have to yeah, it's pretty hard to pull a sickie these days.
No, it's pretty easy to pull a sickie these days. Dude, all you gotta do is call your office and be like, yeah, you know what? My friend's son has COVID and I was babysitting him yesterday. So I got to take a PCR test and all this other stuff. And I'm not going to get the results for a couple of days. So I should probably stay home. Dude, they do not want you coming in.
That's the problem. I'll be on like, unpaid leave for 8 days or more because, I have to self-quarantine.
Was it unpaid leave?
I haven't tested it out, but I don't think it would be I don't think it'd be easy. I should try it. Why not?
Oh, you definitely should. If you got paid leave for being sick, oh my God. If I didn't work for myself, that's exactly what I'd be doing. I'm like, I got COVID again. 2 weeks quarantine. Peace. Breaking out the Sega.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
man.
I'll
Like,
give
oh,
I'll give that a
Johnny,
shot. I'll
you
give that
got
a shot.
COVID again? You better, man. Oh God. Mm.
All right. What else do we have here? You said there's a heist?
Okay. Oh, there's a heck of a heist. Can I get my screen back for a sec so I can read it? I'm gonna
Yeah.
read it off your screen. It's too small. My
Okay.
eyes are too bad, man. I'm an old man.
Hold on.
Okay, there we go. All right. I'm in the matrix. Here we go. Okay, I hope this never happens to me. Here we go with the next story. Thieves steal gallery owner's multi-million-dollar NFT collection. Quote, all my apes are gone. End quote. You know, the only person who should say all my apes are gone is somebody who owns a zoo. Oh, here we go again. Quote, I've been hacked. All my apes are gone. This just sold. Please help me. End quote. Quote, gallery owner Todd Kramer of New York's Ross and Kramer Gallery in a since deleted tweet posted December 30th. Yep, 2021 was a bad year for everyone, apparently. A Phishing scam had drained his Ethereum wallet of 15 NFTs valued at a total of, wait for it, $2.2 million, including 4 apes from the quote Bored Ape Yacht Club quote unquote collection, which is actually a new Bored Ape, I guess, collection that just came out. I think there's only 10,000 of them. The thief seemed to have sold off many of the pieces in Kramer's collection, and Twitter user Jared at Kramer's bad luck, jeered, oh God, I'm so bad, pointed out that he had bet on an unregulated, decentralized system that would be unable to help him. But in the end, an authority did come through. With the help of the buyers and the NFT platform, OpenSea, Kramer was able to get back several of his NFTs 5 hours after his original post. He wrote in a tweet that has also since been deleted. Quote, update, all apes are frozen, waiting for OpenSea team to get in. Lesson learned, use a hard wallet, end quote.
Wow.
OpenSea's involvement, I know, right? Hard wallet. We'll talk about that in a second. OpenSea's involvement sparked major controversy, with some alleged that NFTs could not truly be decentralized if it had, quote, frozen, end quote, some rendered, then unsellable on the platform. Others pointed out that OpenSea had only frozen users' ability to interact with the NFT through that one site alone. They could still be bought and sold elsewhere. Well, that makes sense. Quote again, lots of quotes in this article. Quote, we take theft very seriously and have policies in place to meet our obligations to the community and deter theft in the wider ecosystem, end quote. Wrote an OpenSea representative in an email. Quote again, OpenSea is a blockchain explorer, meaning our goal is to provide the most comprehensive view into NFTs across different blockchains. We do not have the power to freeze or delist NFTs that exist on these blockchains. However, we do disable the ability to use OpenSea to buy or sell stolen items. Since this item emerged, we've built security tools and processes to combat theft on OpenSea. We are actively expanding our efforts across customer support, trust and safety, and site integrity so we can move faster to protect and empower our users, end quote. Kramer did not respond to requests for comment. Phishing scams have become more frequent as NFTs have increased in value. That's an understatement. However, most of the users can protect themselves by using a hard wallet, also known as the cold wallet, which is physical and only connects to the internet when plugged in and encaged. Kramer has been using a so-called hot wallet, like most of us, which is continuously connected to the internet and thus more vulnerable. More common than phishing scams, however, is theft of a different kind. Some people have begun making NFTs of art they did not create, an issue for which not so easily fixed has yet been developed. Oh boy, Johnny, there is so much to talk about.
Yeah.
First off, before we go to my questions, let me just ask you, what are your thoughts on this story?
There's a lot of angles to go from there. I guess one is the wallets, right? So I agree. It's always good to have a hard wallet. I've got like a ledger here, and it's more secure, but you know, they have one now that I take it you don't have a hard wallet yet. Is that right?
No comment.
Yeah. So yeah, like this is one of the older models, but there's this like tiny little USB whatever thing, and it works, but I'm afraid it's gonna like snap off one day. And then there's these updates every so often, and every time it updates, like right now I can't get into it because the update has passed for a while. There must be a way to get into it, but it can be a pain in the ass. So yeah, it's better to be safe than sorry, but at the same time it's not very convenient. And yeah, the guy getting his, how many did he get back? He got back all of them, or just 5 out of how many?
I think just only, let's see, let's go back into the article. I think, let's just say 6. He got back 6.
Out of, like, I'm wondering what percentage.
Right, that right. All right, Kramer was able to get back several of his NFTs. Several means more than 2. So it could mean 2, it could mean 20. So I'm assuming that he got back a percentage of his losings. I don't know, maybe $1 million, hopefully. But no matter what, I mean, dude, that's terrible to lose. Even if you lose like even if you lose $1,000, for me that's a lot of money. Like if I lost $1,000 in NFTs, I'm like, oh God, oh geez, this is terrible.
Totally.
You know, but I mean,
yeah.
this guy, oh God. But yeah, this is pretty messed up. You know what? When I first read the article, I was like, or the title of the article, I thought this was like an inside thing. I was like, okay, all right, I got it. So this guy's an art guy. He has a gallery in New York, and yeah, he somehow just lost $2.2 million worth of NFTs. I'm sure they're all insured too somehow. But no, after reading that he got some of them back, and then some of them were actually frozen in open sea. No, this is legit, man. This guy got scammed.
Have you encountered any phishing scams before, or related to NFTs at least?
Every so often, a prince in Nigeria contacts me and needs my help. But yeah, I haven't given them any of my banking information yet. So maybe they're still in trouble somewhere in Nigeria. All right. But no, I personally have not run into any of these kind of scams yet. Yeah, I wonder how they work, these phishing scams.
I've had one happen to me before. I didn't fall for it, but it looked pretty legit. You know, I was on my Facebook, and then it said that this project that I was following had selected me as like a winner to receive some of their coins or something like that. And it all looked super legit. So I was like, oh, this is cool. But then they started asking for a wallet address. And then I thought, oh, this is kind of fishy. So pardon the pun. But yeah, I contacted the project and said, is this legit? And they said no. And then, you know, I didn't fall for it, but I imagine a lot of people would, because it, you know, it looks like you're going to win something, and everything looks normal. You know, everything's formatted the way their stuff usually is. So I imagine it happens a fair bit.
Well, see, my bad luck is actually my good luck. I've never won anything in my life. Everything that I got, I've had to work super hard for. So if somebody sent me an email saying, hey, you just won $1 million in NFTs, I know it's a scam. Now, if it was opposite, it was like, hey, listen, you owe us $50,000 worth of NFTs. I'm like, well, I'm kind of a loser, so I probably have to pay them.
That's funny.
I'm just joking. Oh, man. But yeah, that's pretty interesting, though. I really wonder. I wish they gave us more information on the scam. I guess it was so dumb that he just didn't talk about it. He's like, oh, God, I'm so embarrassed. I can't even talk about this. He probably wrote a tweet about it, and he's like, delete this tweet after he reread it. Oh, man. So, okay, that's the next story. All right, we've got 2 more. Let's see. Do you want to read the next one? Let's see.
Yeah.
It's a little long. Do you want me to read?
Sure. Yeah. You want to do it?
Okay. Well, they kind of go together, like the second story and the third story. So, okay, here we go. Actually, how about this? All right. I want you to think about this. All right. How a 300,000 Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT accidentally sold for $3,000. Now, this is an epic fail. Now, I want you to think about 3 reasons how this happened. All right. And as you're thinking of these 3 reasons out loud, I'm going to get a beer in 3 seconds. Peace.
Okay. Well, I guess the first thing is the old fat finger. You know, you press the wrong buttons on the keyboard. What else? I guess you could have clicked some wrong buttons on the screen. Mouse error. And maybe he just got mixed up with the currencies. Maybe he thought he was dealing in, you know,
Pesos.
yeah, I don't know.
And the third one?
That was it. I think like typing in
Oh,
keyboard
I got the
error,
first
mouse
one and the third one.
keyboard error, mouse error, or just like messing up what currency he was using.
Okay. All right. All right. Maybe one of these is correct.
I can see it. I can see it happening. You know, I haven't had much bad luck, knock on wood, but I know when I'm like buying and selling stuff on Binance, sometimes I'll like click the buy or the sell button by accident, you know, or it's not clearly marked, and you know, one's green, one's red, and it kind of gets confusing on what to click. And if you're not paying attention, it's easy to make mistakes.
God, man. But if you're working with that much money, you got to be on your game, dude.
Yeah, but sometimes there's like a bit of a frenzy, like you want to buy something or sell something really quick, or and then there's the wallet addresses too, you know, sending something to the wrong wallet, it's easy to do. Yeah, it's not as easy as it should be.
All right. Or maybe it's too easy. Okay. Here we go with this article. All right. I'm going to read the title again one more time. How a 300,000 Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT accidentally sold for $3,000. Once again, epic fail. Quote unquote, fat fingers errors have existed in traditional finance for decades. Now they're increasingly happening in the NFT market too. Max meant to list this valuable Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT for 75 Ether or ETH for $300,000, but listed it for 0.75 Ether instead. Wow, wow, wow. God, I wish I bought that. The Bored Ape Yacht Club is a collection of 10,000 NFTs, each depicting an ape with different traits and visual attributes. It may sound arcane, but it's not one of the most prestigious NFT collections in the world. Jimmy
Hold on,
Fallon.
it is or it's not?
Oh, wait. I should really stop drinking. But it's one of the most prestigious NFT collections in the world. There we go. Now that was an epic fail on my behalf. Jimmy Fallon, Steph Curry, and Post Malone and John Ikeda-Williams are among its star-studded members. Right now, the price, again, you got that? The price of entry, that is the cheapest you can buy a Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT for, is 52 Ether or $210,000, which is why it's so painful to see someone accidentally sold their Bored Ape NFT on Saturday for $3,066. Oh, Jesus. Unusual trades are often a sign of funny business, as in the case of the person who spent $530 million to buy an NFT for themselves. In Saturday's case, the cause was a simple, devastating, fat-fingered error. That's when people make a trade online for the wrong thing or for the wrong amount. Here, the owner, real name Max or username Max Nont, meant to list his Bored Ape for 75 Ether or among $300,000. Instead, he accidentally listed it for 0.75, 1/100th of the intended price. It was bought instantaneously. The buyer paid an extra $34,000 to speed up the transaction, ensuring that no one could snap it up before them. The Bored Ape was then promptly listed for $248,000. Wow. The transaction appeared to have been done by a bot, which can be coded to immediately buy NFTs listed below a certain price on behalf of their owners in order to take advantage of the exact situations. You know, I think that's a bunch of garbage for there to be bots buying and selling NFTs or any kind of cryptocurrency. I think if you want to buy a cryptocurrency, you got to be the one that buys it. You shouldn't have bots doing all the work for you. It's not fair for the rest of us. Quote, how did it happen? A lapse in concentration, I guess. End quote, Max said. There you go. It was number 2. Quote, I listed a lot of items every day and wasn't paying attention properly. I instantaneously saw the error as my finger clicked the mouse, but a bot sent a transaction with over 8 ETH, $34,000 of gas fees. So it was instantaneously sniped before I could click cancel. And just like that, 250K was gone, end quote. And here within the beauty of the blockchain, you can see that it is both honest and unforgiving, he added. Fat finger trades happen. Okay, so blah, 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 blah. So it's talking for a while about fat finger trading and it's a bad thing and blah, 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 blah. Going to the last paragraph. The Bored Ape Yacht Club launched back in April with 10,000 NFTs being sold for 0.08 Ether each, about $190 at the time. While NFTs are often associated with individual digital art pieces, collections like Bored Ape Yacht Club, which allow owners to flaunt their NFTs by using them as profile pictures on social media, are becoming increasingly prevalent. All you people out there, I do have NFTs available. If you want to flaunt them, please buy them from me. They're available now. Thank you. Let's see. The Bored Ape Yacht Club has since become the second biggest NFT collection in the world, second only to the Spilt Ink. No, that's not true. Cyberpunks, which launched in 2017 and is considered. Oh, CryptoPunks. Oh my goodness, yes. CryptoPunks, which launched in 2017 and is considered the original NFT collection. If you have one of those, I would like to have one for Christmas next year. Thank you.
Wow. So I don't know. I don't feel too sorry for the guy. It seems like he's got some money, anyways. Maybe he doesn't have to be that careful. If he's, people trading in these things, I don't think it was his first one. I don't think he, mortgaged the house, but you got to be careful.
You got to be very careful, man. Whenever you're dealing with money online, buying, selling, whatever, you got to be super careful, man. I mean, and this guy right here made this mistake. And maybe for him, it's a minor mistake, but for the rest of us, that's a major mistake. Oh my goodness. You really got to be careful on what you're doing online,
Totally.
So, I mean, still, I'm going to go to what I said, go back to the point of what I said earlier, that I think bots should be illegal. I don't think there should be bots in this kind of like an industry. I think for NFTs, cryptocurrency, I mean, bots, it just doesn't seem ethical, Yeah.
I
mean, yeah, it kind of sucks. I mean, if that was a real person, if a real person was there and bought that NFT, I'm like, yeah, I don't feel sorry for the guy at all. But because a bot bought it, I do kind of feel sorry for the guy, He didn't have a chance to hit cancel.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. No, I guess, is it an ethical question? Like, someone created the bot. So if you're smart enough to create the bot, then I guess you can benefit from it. But it's not fair for the people that don't know how to create bots, but maybe they should, get off their ass and figure it out.
But you can buy bots.
Yeah, buy them, make them. But just because we don't.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like, I mean, if I have enough money to buy a bot, and I buy a bot which basically goes out there and buys any kind of a cryptocurrency or NFT that for some reasons at a dramatically lower price than what it should be, and it's buying all these and giving them to me, and they resell them for like double the price or for a profit. I mean, that's pretty much just like money in the bank. I'm not doing anything. It's like I just buy the app, I hit like return or double click or whatnot, and it just does all my business for me. And I just sit around in the park and play with my kids, I guess,
Yeah. I guess that's how it works.
But that's not fair,
Well, what's fair, right? Like, everybody, if you didn't go to university, we should all be, operating on like a 50 IQ because some people have low IQs. I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. I don't know how to buy bots or use bots. So yeah, I get frustrated too, but I think people should have the freedom to make money any way they can, as long as it's, legal.
Well, all right. I agree with you there, though. It was legal. Ethical, different story, but legal, it was legal. So the person who owns that bot that basically bought, that bought the NFT, and then most likely, I don't know, if I bought that NFT, would I resell it immediately? I'd probably hold on to it for a little bit. I mean, they're dramatically increasing value. I mean, if you wait 6 months, you might just double his money.
Totally.
Yeah. Legally, it's okay. Ethically, different story. I don't know. I'm too nice of a guy. I'm just a drunk artist. I'm with a heart of gold.
Making me jealous. Okay, you got time for one more, or do you want to wrap up?
I would love to do one more story. We've got one more
Okay.
story left. Yeah, let's give it to your listeners.
I want to talk about collectibles a little bit too, if we've got time. But
Sure, yeah.
see how we go. So I'll read the next one.
Go for it, dude.
Okay, I haven't checked this one out yet. Let me go try the headline here. All right, the next article is Ruby Majeur, iconic album cover NFTs to fight cancer. I'm not drunk, and this isn't really making sense. So this sounds like a musician who...
Ruby Majeur was the guy that made the iconic Rolling Stones like mouth with tongue like image.
Okay. Like an Andy Warhol sort of guy.
I got, yeah, basically he was a record cover designer.
Okay, let me try this again. All right, the next article is Ruby Majeur, iconic album cover NFTs to fight cancer. Still doesn't sound great, but anyway, he's fighting cancer. He needs money. He's selling NFTs. Let's get into the article. Los Angeles, California, December 23rd, 2021. On January 6th, 2022, legendary artist Ruby Majeur and multimedia company Cosmic Wire, in partnership with NFT platform Launchpad by Byte, I guess, creators of Neo Tokyo Parts 1, 2, and 3, will drop 5,050 AI-generated NFTs based on Majeur's iconic mouth and tongue design used on the Rolling Stones' 1971 Tumbling Dice record sleeve. Each of the AI-generated NFTs are based on the layers of Majeur's original Blah 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 painting and will vary in both appearance and scarcity in this limited one-time only release. Sadly, Majeur was diagnosed with terminal brain cancer and given 6 months to live 1 year ago. Since then, he decided he would create his last set of mouth and tongues with the time he had left to use them to support cancer research and treatment. Today, Majeur and Cosmic Wire are proud to announce that a new partnership with F Cancer, a 501c3 nonprofit in the United States and a registered Canadian charity, dedicated to improving health outcomes by providing early detection, prevention, and support programs that advance health equity for individuals and communities affected by cancer. Today, they will release multiple NFT drops throughout 2022. Thus, in support of the new partnership, there will be 4 super rare F Cancer generatives added to the Blah 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 collection, with 100% of those proceedings being donated to their foundation. Wow, that's interesting. It sucks that the guy has cancer, but it's nice that he's doing everything he can in his surviving days to help others that need help. Do you know how old this guy is? Is he pretty old?
It's got to be at least like, I would say 75 plus. I mean, the Rolling Stones record came out in 1971, so he must have been at least like 20 or 30 years old at that time. So yeah, he's got to be at least 70 years old. Yep. But yeah, this guy is pretty fantastic. His artwork is great, and I really love what he's doing. And I also love that, you know, he's embracing technology and using NFTs and selling the NFTs and using the proceeds in the cause to fight cancer. I think that is incredible. And I think that's like another positive thing that NFTs can do. You know, I think, like I said, the first time we did this podcast together, the usage of NFTs and their value is completely limitless. You know, I mean, when we first heard of NFTs, we never thought that they could help cure cancer, but that would never pop in our head. But now we're like, oh yeah, dude, you got to buy an NFT. It's gonna help fight cancer, dude. Do you want to get cancer? Do you want to like solve cancer? Do you want to kill cancer? Let's kill cancer. Buy an NFT. You know, I mean, that is awesome. I think that's a really, really cool thing. And yeah, NFTs are limitless. The usage, the value, I mean, it's only going to increase and be more dynamic. I mean, what we're talking about right now is going to be obsolete in 6 months regarding NFTs. I mean, maybe in 6 months, hopefully NFTs cures cancer.
Yeah. That's exciting times. That's for sure. For sure.
Absolutely.
All right. So thanks for those articles, Johnny. That was very interesting. How do you pull them up? You just Google news and NFTs? I've tried before, but maybe I have a short attention span. I can't get a good collection like you do. How do you do that?
Well, there's a site, it's called NFT News. You can go there, or you could just Google NFT News. And yeah, NFTs are always kind of in like the art world news. So if you're like, if you research any kind of like Art Forum or Juxtapose or any of these other like art magazines, which are now like, I guess like art podcasts or art websites, and if you Google them or pay attention to them and stuff, they're always talking about NFTs. And I kind of have my ear to the ground and research like NFTs and art, because that's kind of like what I'm involved in. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I do. You know what I think? I think some of these platforms should, if they don't already have them, like have like an NFT, like I guess
News blog sort of thing.
news forum or something. For
Yeah.
example, maybe OpenSea. Does OpenSea have that? Does OpenSea have like a news forum, which just basically talks about like new features, new things that are happening with OpenSea and NFTs in general? I think that could be a really, really great thing for like the whole community. I mean, yeah, sometimes I go to other databases and try to find like news articles, but yeah, I mean, there's news everywhere. I mean, the internet, the internet is the news, man.
Totally. I was just checking OpenSea to see if there's like a news thing that pops up, but I don't see it. It's a good idea.
If they did, it would probably be just about OpenSea, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it. Huh. Okay. So yeah, I want to talk about collectibles a little bit. I don't want to really give away details what I'm thinking of doing, but just wanted to talk about strategy, amounts to create, different things. So I'll show you now on the screen share, but I'll cover it up when I produce the video. I showed you these cards before. What do you think a good strategy is for collecting? You think I should make like each one a different rarity, or do you think I should just make them all the same, like do 100 of each, or 1,000 of each, or 10,000 of each, or do you have any ideas?
No. John, I'm assuming that you and I are from the same generation.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you were younger, what kind of cards did you collect?
Hockey cards.
Hockey cards. Okay. I should have guessed that. All right.
Are we the same generation? We are, right?
Well,
I'm from Canada.
yeah, but I mean,
you were collecting Pokemon, right? What were you collecting?
No, dude, no. Dude, I think I'm older than you, man. No, I collected Garbage Pail Kids.
Okay.
Now, Garbage Pail Kids were interesting because when you collected Garbage Pail Kids, they had every single character for the first series, right? But out of every single character, they only had a certain edition or limited amount for every single character. For example, Adam Bomb was like the main person of Garbage Pail Kids. He was the iconic character that's on the front of every like package, right? Now the thing is, though, Adam Bomb, they only made a very, very limited edition of Adam Bomb. So if you found Adam Bomb, I mean, that was the bomb, right? And then after that, they had like Dead Ted and John and Sally Sue and all these other characters, right? But those other characters you'd always get. For example, you'd get a pack of Garbage Pail Kids, you'd open it up, you get the gum, and then you look at the cards, and you're like, oh man, I've already got all these cards. You get another pack. You open it up, oh man, I've already got these cards, but I didn't have this card, right? So the thing is, with you and your collectibles, what I highly recommend is that you follow suit with Garbage Pail Kids. They're extremely successful, and why not follow it? Their strategy was amazing. So the thing is, I recommend having one card be a very limited edition card. That will be your favorite card, and that'll be your iconic go-to card, right?
Yeah.
Make only, let's just say, go-to number, let's just say 10. Then after that, you have like the next one, which is pretty good, and that one's like maybe 15. Then after that, you have like 4 that are still pretty good, but they're not as good as the first 2, and you have like maybe 40 of each, right? So you've got 40, the first one, second one, third one, and fourth one. So, and then go from there, right? So if somebody wants to get in on your collectibles, they can easily get like one of like the easy ones, and maybe like different values, right? So for example, the one where you only have maybe, let's just say you only have like a small number of, that one is more expensive. But the one, like, let's say your least cool one, I'm not saying it's least cool, but let's just say that for an example, you have like maybe 100 of those, and they only go for 0.000001 ETH or something, right? In that case there, you know, anybody can get it. They're like, oh, dude, I love his art. I love these cards. These cards are cool. Of course, I got this one, but I got that one. And you know what? I got a bonus at work, so I actually splurged a little bit, and I got that one there. Oh, man, I'm so awesome. That's what I recommend.
Yeah, it sounds good. We didn't get the Garbage Pail Kids in Canada or the island I'm from.
What?
And my collecting, I went to this small private school, and I don't know, it's not the most interesting story, but anyway, on our recess and lunch break, we'd line the cards up, like there'd be the gymnasium wall here, and we'd put the cards like leaning against the wall, and then we'd stand about 5 meters away, and then we'd throw other hockey cards to like knock down the ones on the wall, and if you knocked it down, then you could take it. So we were just like trying to get as many cards as we could. We didn't care who the players were really. And of course
Oh, that's
the gum
cool.
was a bonus. But I like your idea. That sounds, and the hockey cards we were using, and that sounds like the Garbage Pail Kids that you're talking about. They're in sealed packs, right? So you don't know what you're going to get. It's a bit of a gamble. And I like that
Yeah, was it
idea.
by Tops?
What's that?
Was it by the company Tops?
I think
TOPPS?
probably, yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they did all the cards back in the day.
Yeah. So a lot of the platforms don't have like the sealed pack option. I picked up some Olympic NFTs in the summer from some Chinese venture company, and it was good. It was interesting, but looking around, Uptick, it's not an option yet. I was wondering the best way to do it. And when you were collecting those, you were trying to get them all. You could like see all the cards, and you're like, okay, I want to get all of them, or you just wanted to get the top ones. What was going through your mind when you were collecting the cards?
Oh God, yeah. The most important thing is to get your favorite cards, the ones that you
Favorites.
like the most. And the ones that you like the most are generally the ones that are the most rare, right?
Mm-hmm.
But after that, I mean, if you already have like Atom Bomb, the top other 5 like really cool cards, then you want to get the whole collection, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much how it works, with like Marvel cards, Garbage Pail Kid cards. Baseball cards are a little bit different, I think, because baseball cards, I mean, you want to get your team, your favorite players. And then once you get those, you want to get doubles or triples or something. So if you go to a game, you can get like the guy to sign it or whatnot. So that was kind of a different ballpark,
Yeah.
part of the fun. But I think like the best way to go would be the Garbage Pail Kid strategy. I mean, it was so brilliant at the time and revolutionary as well,
Somebody
So
run an idea past
yeah,
you. So I like it. I like it. But what I was thinking about is let's say I make 1,000 of each card. So they're all the same rarity. And then I give them away for free. So I'm not
yeah,
making any money off of it. But people
sure.
will be able to get those free cards based on luck, based on when they see it. They might be all gone, or somebody's sleeping when it comes out one day and not sleeping the next. And so there might be a mix of them. And then I guess some people will try to collect all of them, and other people will just try to get them and then like resell them. And then through that reselling, through auction or set price, I would get a kickback on all those sales. Do you think that business model would work? Because that would get more people interested, right?
Okay.
Everybody likes free stuff.
Yes. No.
Yeah.
All
Yes and
right.
no.
All right. Yes and no. In theory, that would be the genius strategy, but actually, in reality, probably not. Because I mean, well, it depends. I mean, let's just say your podcast becomes like the Joe Rogan podcast of NFT podcasts. And then in that case, yes, 110% your strategy is bulletproof. But if you're just a dude out there, not saying that you are, but let's just say somebody's like a dude out there and they take that strategy and they make it,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to make money off of like people buying my NFT cards and then reselling them, or getting my NFT cards for free and reselling them. But who's going to buy them, if nobody really knows about them, or if the person isn't like famous for A, B, or C, nobody's going to want to buy them, So
Yeah.
that's kind of like the thing. So the most important thing is to hype the project as much as you can via any media source you can. I mean, maybe using your website or maybe using like this podcast as a platform. If you do that, that will enable you to get some street cred where people actually want to buy these. And then once they're all gone, then the people who have them can resell them and make a little money. And then in that case there, you make a little cash too. It seems like a long-term strategy though.
I kind of want to remain anonymous on these cards, though. I don't want to be connected to them. So that might make it difficult.
I
Yeah.
think the cards are brilliant. I saw your cards. I think they're really cool. When you
Okay.
showed me the cards, I was surprised that they were yours. I was like, dude, whose are these? And when you said that you're yours, I was like, oh shit. I mean, dude, once you drop these, I'll buy a couple of them for sure.
Cool, man.
Just let me know which one's the atom bomb one. I'll buy that one first.
Hey, what do you think about copyright issues? You know, using people's faces. Do you think that's going to be an issue?
You know what? At this point right now, I think NFTs are kind of like the wild west.
Yeah.
So you can get away with a lot of that. I don't want to say it, but copyright infringement, I guess. And I don't encourage it. I don't like it because I mean, I would hate for people to take my art and make NFTs of it and make like $1 million or, you know, just run my name into the ground. That would suck. But I think eventually copyright infringement is definitely going to be a big thing in NFTs and probably in the near future, if not right now, because I think a lot of these apes, I think there must be a huge amount of, let's say, younger people that don't really care, like kids or teenagers. They're just like copying them and just like making their own NFTs and selling them and God knows where or whatever, or just like keeping them as JPEGs or whatnot. Who knows? But I think copyright infringement is definitely going to be a big issue for NFTs in the future. And that was actually one of the articles that we read. I'm not sure how that's going to play out, though.
There's a gray zone, right? Like if you change it significantly, then you can say that's your own version of the piece, you know. And I'm not like taking pictures of kids that I don't know. These are like famous people and their pictures are online. So my argument is I'm changing the color, changing the shape, and these people are famous anyway, so it shouldn't be a big deal, you know?
Well, apparently there's the fair game clause where you can use pictures of like Abraham Lincoln and George Washington or Shinzo Abe or something. You can do that and without getting in any trouble. But certain people that are alive do have rights, I guess. And I guess it depends on the image. You know, I guess it just really depends on the person in the image to a point. There are situations where you can alter a photograph or an image to a certain percentage and then claim it as your own. And I think they used to be 51% back in the day, but I think they changed it quite a bit where it might be like even 91%. Don't quote me on these numbers, but you can, I mean, because I do that all the time for some of my images. I'll take an image and I'll change it so radically where you have no idea who it is or where it came from, but it's still like an image that I borrowed from somewhere, you know, and that's just for like my digital work, not for my paintings, of course. And there is a way to do it. I don't know. There's something you got to look into because I don't know what's going to happen with copyright infringement regarding NFTs, but if you have the NFT, you actually have the NFT. That's where you're golden. You know, once you have the NFT, if somebody copies it, you're like, dude, that's an imposter. I actually have the NFT. Check it out. Blockchain. You know. So yeah, that's a secure thing. You know, I mean, anybody could look it up and be like, oh yeah, that's right. John, he owns that. Yeah, that's his. You know, he's the man. And if you sell it, then they're like, oh yeah, John owned it from here to here, and that person owned it from here to there. I mean, blockchain. There you go. You know. Yeah. So there is
in that sense, it really helps out with people not stealing your work. You know, because if someone does copy me, like you say, you know, I can go back and say, look, this is me. This is the date. I was the first one, and obviously you copied me. So I think it does give the artist a lot of assistance there.
That's definitely true. But the thing is, though, since it is unregulated, there's not going to be like NFT cops or NFT law or something, you know, not until once the metaverse is developed. I think once the metaverse is developed, there will be some kind of like meta cops,
bots,
you know,
bots in the metaverse. Yeah.
Meta kabops. Meta kabops. That's what they're going to be called. Cop bots, bot cops, kabobots, kebabs. They're going to be called kebabs. Probably. I don't know. But, you know, something's going to happen in the future. I mean, right now it's the Wild West. You can do whatever you want, you know, have some fun now, because I think eventually, you know, there's going to be laws and regulations, and there's going to be penalties, possibly financial penalty. Who knows? But yeah, right now it's the grandfather or the gray zone. So you want to get grandfathered in to the gray zone. So do what you got to do now. Have some fun, you know. Yeah. But don't hurt people. Don't copy people's artwork.
No, no, that's not cool. Okay, last thing before you go, what's going on with your NFTs? You got something coming out soon, or got a project lined up? You
Oh
haven't-
God, yeah, I've got a great project lined up. Let's see. If you go to my whatchamacallit, my website, the spiltink.com, if
Yeah,
you go back there, you can see some of my black and white work,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I used it for like what? For 10 years? Was it 10 years? For about probably longer. For about 10 years, all I did was black and white work. And I
Mhm.
basically did like it's almost like comic booky anime-ish kind of work.
I'm gonna pull it
And
up
I did
here so
that.
we can have a look here.
Okay, I'm not sure if it's in my new website. You should check it out. It's hopefully it's there. But I did a lot of black and white like work. It's very conceptual,
Yeah,
and that would be
this one,
if you
right?
go down. Yeah, that's my website. Yeah.
This stuff.
No, that's live painting, state projects, finder. Oh, that's it, black and white. Yes. So this artwork right here is all black and white. And I made this stuff with like the Japanese fude pen, right? The fude brush, the fude ink or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like very, very traditional. So I use these huge sheets of like this very hard paper and I would make these paintings, right?
Hmm.
And every painting told a story, right? So if you look at like one painting, you're like, oh, what's this? It's a girl, she's doing this or something. But if you look at it for a while, you can kind of find little clues that will basically unfold the story. And every painting has a completely different story from all the other paintings, which is really cool. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm thinking of, and I have hundreds and hundreds of these, to be honest. I'm thinking of like making all of these into NFTs and every 2 or 3 days launching a new NFT.
It's good. I like
I
it.
think
How soon is that going to be out?
once I get some free time. Once I have some free time, I've got like 5 projects that I'm working on at the time right now. And once these projects are finished, I want to focus more on NFTs. And I want to get this off the ground. And yeah, if you like zoom down or scroll down, there's like so many different images. I think I don't know how many sketchbooks, but I probably have like 80 to maybe 120 sketchbooks that are just full of this kind of stuff.
So you want to do cards? Are you gonna do collectible cards with these, or are these going to be one of ones?
I was gonna make them one of one. Should I make them collectible cards? What do you think?
Yeah, it's hard to say, you know.
I mean,
Right
they
now, I'm
could.
interested in the cards. I think especially
They're
the
all.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
These days I'm interested in the cards because I think you can get people interested at a low price, but then
Mhm.
as demand and interest peaks goes up, then they'll be worth more in the future. I think that's the best way, but I could be wrong.
Well,
Some
I
people.
mean, I'm not really worried about money at all. I mean, money is well, I don't really care about money, to be honest. For me, it's just like, I mean, these are so old. Like these
Mhm.
are like, I mean, I haven't. We're looking at these right now, and I haven't seen these paintings in like since I made this website. And then before that, it was like years and years and years and years and years. I mean, all of these are outdated. I mean, not
Mhm.
outdated, but they're just so darn old. I mean, I made these before I had an iPhone. you know, I mean, these are so interesting for me. I mean, I'm looking at them right now. I'm just like, oh yeah, I remember that one. Oh, look at that one. Oh my goodness. But if you look at them, if you look at them for like just like 30 seconds, you're like, oh, I know the story. Oh, I know the story. Oh, cool. All right, I get the story from this one, you know? And the cool
Mhm.
thing is, I know the story for sure, but if you look at it and you try to make up your own story, your story might be different from my story, but as long as you enjoy your story, it's still kind of cool, you know? And that was my concept of these.
Nice. Yeah, I think well I have a few different ideas with my cards. One is I want to teach people something. Another thing is I want to make a puzzle aspect to it. So if
Oh,
you
that's
could
cool.
subtly turn this into a puzzle of collectible cards that people, drop some hints, they could figure out how it goes. And then I don't know if it really took off, maybe someone would create a website and there'd be like a forum like, okay, I think this one's connected to this one, or no, I don't think so because of this. People could be discussing the order of the cards. I think I think that would be kind of cool if a little community built up and people were discussing how they go together. But who knows? Who knows the best way to
I'd
go?
rather them discuss like the stories.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many little hints. Like if you look at the one right on your screen, let's see, it's going to be 1, 2, 3. Third row down, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth to the right. You see the pirate girl?
Hold on. I see a pirate in a crow's nest.
Oh yeah, there's that one, and then go right, right.
It gets confusing.
Stop. I know. They're all black and white.
No,
Left,
no,
right
I mean
there.
right or left on yours or mine in the mirror.
You
This one?
get your mouse. Yeah, your cursor's on it. Yeah.
Okay.
That one right there is awesome. So if you look at it, it's basically a ship hand and she's loading a cannon, right? And she's in the cannon deck. And you're like looking at it, you're like, oh, okay, cool. So it's like a girl, she's loading a cannon, you know, it's like she's a pirate, maybe. And then you look at it closer, you're like, oh, wait a second, everything's kind of shifted. And then you look a little closer, you're like, oh man, this is actually a boat that was hit too many times and is sinking. Oh man, you know? So it's basically like this pirate ship battle, and this is like the losing ship right here. And she's looking at you dead face, right? And she's like, I know we lost. I'm going to die soon. Was it worth it? You know, it's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, totally.
Like it
Yeah,
looks like the water. The water's even at like
exactly.
a 45-degree
That's
angle.
how you know it's going down, right? Yeah.
Yep. Oh, man.
It's nice. I'll have to
Yeah,
look
I
at these a
love
bit
that
closer.
Yeah, and then the one above it is a kid playing a game of what's called. He's playing a video game of Godzilla, like Monster Mash or something. But in the background, you've got Godzilla destroying his planet.
These are connected?
No, none of them are connected.
Okay.
Every single painting is a completely different story.
Because there's a pirate over here, right? In the crow's nest?
Oh yeah, but there's tons of pirate stories.
Okay.
They're all different.
Huh. Cool, man. Keep me posted on when this comes out.
Cool. Well, I want to talk to you more about them because I mean the thing is like I never thought about making them into like collectible cards. But now that you mentioned that, that actually makes perfect sense. You know, why not make these into like, I mean, these could be like my version of like digital garbage pail kids.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
I mean, that makes like tons of sense, you know? And I've got these from like so many different cultures. I mean, every story is from like a different culture, a different part of the world. Like I've got ninjas, I got pirates, I got fairies, I've got people from the Middle East, you know? I mean, yeah, it's awesome. It's really cool. Yeah, there's no boundaries.
So one of the ideas for puzzles I had was to like make a Sudoku, even though I don't like Sudoku, but you know, like put numbers on the cards and have people try to figure out how they go together in that 10 by 10 puzzle. But I'm not going to do that. But yeah, there's a lot of things you can do with them. I had something else I was going to say too, but I can't remember.
Yeah. Hey, man, thank you so much for bringing up like these images. Just me looking at them, dude, I feel like I'm going to start crying. I'm like, oh my God, I remember making this. I mean, I remember making these, man. Like, I mean, I would make these at cafes. Like whenever I had free time, you know, like in between jobs or whatever, like when I was working at the company that we used to work at, we'd have lots of free time, right? In between like, you know, work. So I just go to a cafe and I'd sit there for like maybe 2-3 hours and make like 2 of these images. And then I like work a little bit and then I have 2 hours and I go to a cafe and just make another image, right? And I would do that all day. I like maybe make 2 paintings every single day. I have like the Japanese fude pen and I have my sketchbook and I just go to town, you know? It was a lot of fun. And looking at these, man, they bring back so many great memories. So many great stories are in here too. Oh, wow.
You still have them.
Cool. Yeah, thank you so much.
Hey, so I was thinking like series too, right? With the Garbage Pail Kids, like it was every year it changed, or they did like series of 100, like set ones. Because I was thinking for my cards, I want to start off with maybe like 100, but in total there might be 500. So it's best to create like 5 sets of 100, and then
you know what, 100's a lot. I would do a series of like maybe 50. Spread it out a little bit. Like drop like a series like maybe every 6 months.
I'm afraid if I only do 50, people won't really grab the whole concept, you know?
Dude, 100's a lot of cards.
Yeah. I think I've got today I got up to 86. So I think I can get the last one's done tomorrow. I kind of want to get it going. And then I was thinking, should I just do like 3 a day? I was going to do 3 a day. Then I was thinking maybe 1 a day. And then with Uptick, I was talking to Brian. I said it'd be great to have a feature where I could like, right now I can turn on and turn off the sales, right? So I was thinking sell them for free. But I ideally I would like to put in like a 1-hour timer. So people only have 1 hour to get them for free. And after that, the sale stops. And unsold ones still exist, but you're just not able to get them until I turn it back on, like to create some scarcity, some bit of a frenzy. And
Oh,
then
wow.
another idea I had was, instead of a timer, like I could set a limit. So I'll create 1,000, let's say, just an example, but then I can set on, I'll sell it for free, but only up to 10 that day. So the first 10 people were, otherwise I manually have to like watch it, and it's just really messy, you know? But
Yeah.
he said it wouldn't be too hard at some point to get those features in there. So, and also I think being able to do the sealed cards and the auction, and yeah, there's a lot of things to consider.
Yeah, there's a lot. Man, Uptick's awesome. It's awesome that like I'm pretty much ever since I joined Uptick, it's just getting better and better and better. When it started was already great, you know. So that's cool. That there's going to be more new features.
Yeah,
Gotta stop thinking.
features in the future. You sound like my
There's gonna
students.
be lots of features. Oh man, no, but I think it's absolutely fantastic. No, I love that. Yeah, dude, there's a lot to think about. Even for me, I mean, this project right here is gonna be my next big NFT project. I mean, I'm always gonna be doing the Popsick project, the stuff that's already up there, and I've already got a couple of NFTs that I'm gonna post soon. And yeah, but this project's gonna be really big. I mean,
Cool,
I've got
man.
so many of these. There's so many of them. I just did them when I had free time, and I had a lot of free
How
time
many
back
do you
then.
think? Like 100, 500?
Oh yeah, I've got more than 500. Yeah, definitely.
Jeez.
I mean, I've got like 80 sketchbooks. I'm assuming maybe it could be like anywhere from six. I never counted. I've got like, you look behind me. I've got one, two. I've got 3 or 4 of these big boxes that are full
Uh-huh.
of sketchbooks. And so it's just like, I mean, yeah, I mean, not all of them are great, but there's still quite a few that are pretty good. I mean, for every sketchbook, and if a sketchbook has like maybe 25 pages, I would say maybe 6 are fantastic and the rest are decent.
I see. I see.
Yeah, but that's
And then I was
cool.
thinking about promotion too. Like, so maybe on Twitter, like a limited amount of people would be able to get it for free. But if you like at me with my Twitter handle for that project and add your wallet address in Uptick, then if I see that come up as someone like promoting me, I would send them a free one. I'm not trying to get rich either, but I do want it to be successful. I do want people to see it. So I'm just wondering the best way to get it out there. I
Well,
guess. Hmm?
I would definitely say, of course, Reddit is good. Let's see, Reddit is good. Twitter is good, and with Discord, if you can get on Discord and be like, "Hey, yo, what's up, everybody?" Because there's so many chats in Discord. And only thing is with the chats, when I first started doing the chats in Discord, I was really happy, you know, because I was like, "Oh, cool! There's a huge community of people that are doing NFTs." But after like doing like Discord for a while, like for like about a week, I just realized that everybody knows less than me, you know, and I didn't know that much, you know.
Yeah.
So everybody that on like all I guess maybe I was on like too general of areas. Maybe there's like a more sophisticated area that or close. I'm kind of new to it, but area that I could join or something where I could
Mm,
actually learn something and have like a decent conversation. But usually it's just like, you know, like I'll ask a decent question. I'm like, hey, so what do you guys think about this kind of a platform, or what do you guys think about doing this for regarding NFTs? And somebody like direct messaged me and it says Bloink. I'm like, blank. Okay, cool. All right. That didn't help me. What does Bloink mean? Is that slang for something? That
I
might,
don't know.
I don't know. So anyway, yeah. So maybe Discord's not the way to go, but definitely Twitter, definitely Reddit. Building up your own community. Somebody said Clubhouse, but I mean, do people even use Clubhouse? I mean,
I
I
don't
don't use
think so.
Clubhouse.
I think
I
everything now is on Twitter Spaces.
Twitter Spaces. Yeah, I tried Clubhouse, and Clubhouse is basically a bunch of people talking about themselves, and it
Yeah.
just seemed very shallow to me, you know. And I was just
Mm.
like, oh, okay, you're so cool. All right, bye, you know. So anyway, yeah, Twitter Spaces is good. Yeah, I'll try Twitter Spaces. All right. John, I want to say thank you so much for your time. It's been so great hanging out with you. And all you guys out there that have been listening to this podcast, thank you so much for listening to my drunk madness. And I'm going to be honest. I'm not drunk all the time, but once it's about 11 o'clock at night, I like to have a couple of beers and just relax a little bit. And that's when we do our podcast. So, yeah, John, if we continue doing these podcasts this late, you're going to get Johnny. That's faded. Hey, I didn't drink tequila this time or whiskey. So it's only beer.
I'll have to come over next time. We can have some drinks together.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. Please come over to my house. You can see my studio.
Sweet. Okay, man. Take care. Have a good day tomorrow. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much. And everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us. And thank you so much. And if I can plug one thing, please visit my website, thespiltink.com, THESPILTINK.com. And all my artwork is there. I've got videos. I've got, I guess, like, all my artwork's there. Just check it out.
Cool. I'll put a link. That's
All right.
awesome. Okay.
All right, everybody, thank you
See
so
you later.
much. Peace.
Cheers. Bye.